Welcome back to the Backlog podcast. The podcast that asks all the important questions, such as why do we keep playing more games if we're just going to buy more? We're never going to finish these games, I swear. It's this problem.
If only we could slow down our perception of time, then we could play all the games we want.
Well, no, then we'll take longer to finish the game.
Yeah, because the game would also be slowed down.
It's an unfortunate curse, but you know what? The rite of passage of time is a very cruel mistress. I'm once again your host, Sub-07, and joined with me for this episode are Arrow Dragon, Cyborg Lucario, and Triforce of Doom.
Hello.
Hello.
Now, you might be wondering, what happened to MGM? He's dead. No, he actually, what was it? He got sick and ultimately kind of fell out of playing Cross, so he unfortunately was not able to make it for this episode.
Yeah.
Unfortunate,
yeah,
but it is a bit of a long game, so you know what? That's pretty fair because this was a long one. I maybe shouldn't have picked this as the first game for this, but fuck it, we ball is pretty much the thought process so far. It's been about a month or so, and we actually can thankfully say all of us here in this call have finished the game, which is a lot more progress than when we first started, that's for sure.
Yep.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we'll start with that first. What did everyone think? What did everyone think of Chrono Cross, the sequel to Chrono Trigger?
Very interesting RPG. Like I have never played anything like it.
Yeah, it was really fun. Like, yeah, it does have some issues, as most games do have some issues, but you know, I had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah. Yeah, like what? Yeah, like the
not
combat.
bad.
Yeah, like one thing I think is that the combat it took some getting used to, but man, when you nail it down, like it flows so well.
Oh yeah, true. And while it might not be as good as Trigger, it's still a pretty good game in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm with you there. I
I
never
think
played
it's
Trigger,
fair.
but that's the point.
I think for the most part, Cross flows pretty well as a game, at least from a gameplay standpoint. I am a bit sad that the text system that Trigger had kind of underutilized in Cross by comparison in favor of that magic grid system, which I think is a cool idea on paper, but it just doesn't flow as well.
I love the grid system.
It's a bit messy, but you can do a lot of fun things with it once you get the hang of it.
Yeah. But yeah, like you said, I am a little sad the techs are underutilized. I unlocked one dual tech, and it's not even the one that has Surge in it.
Oh, and fun fact, there's only like 3 dual techs in the entire game.
Oh
there's more than that, but yeah, no.
There's not much. Like, every character gets their own unique single tech. There's like maybe 5 dual techs in the whole game. Cool.
I will say that I think it's a little unfortunate that you really need a guide if you want to experience a different ending than the standard one and to find a lot of the hidden stuff, because the game does not do a very good job at telling you what there is.
To be fair, there's a lot of endings, even ignoring the New Game Plus system, but yeah. You were saying, Matt?
But yeah, because I was gonna say most of the alternate endings when I looked it up were you have to like go through the New Game Plus method for that,
which is the same rule that Trigger had of beat the game before a certain story beat to get a different ending.
And it just so happens the way you access the final boss early is via a New Game Plus mechanic.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, do we want to go into the crazy story thing that happened that took us all by surprise?
Yeah, I think I'll probably put like a story warning and say, hey, we're gonna talk about story spoilers, so we're free to talk about that. Just note, guys, if you're still listening and you haven't played Cross and you want to experience the story blind, you should maybe not listen, or we'll have a timestamp on screen to cut to.
So, mind if I start this?
Go for it.
Sure.
So, I'm going through the game early on. It's like, all right, this is a pretty interesting setup, but I'm also at the point where the plot's kind of by the numbers. Okay, just going through this pseudo-final dungeon, like obviously pseudo-final. Just going, all right, we're getting there. Gonna see what happens. And then I'm suddenly in the main villain's body. What the fuck?
Yeah, that really caught us all by surprise. Like, we all had the same reactions, like, what the frick?
Yeah, it's a bit of a mind screw of like, wait, what? But it does lead to probably the coolest looking area in the entire game. The fucking trippy ass dream sequence when you're in Lynx's body is crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that's not it's not a dream sequence. You're just like
it's a dimensional vortex, I know, but it feels like a dream sequence because of how out there it is compared to everything else in the game.
What's really cool is that becoming Lynx isn't just an aesthetic thing. It actually does alter how you fight a little bit, because you go from white to black in terms of color.
Your special moves change, your stats change slightly, and it's a story thing, so no one you knew from that point in the game before that will recognize you or understands what happened. They're just like, what? What are you talking about? You're not.
And it was-
You're not.
it was-
Yeah,
annoying
except
because
for
I-
one Pip.
No, yeah. Except for one.
Except for Harley, for some reason.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, there's a story reason for that.
There's
They
a
go
reason
with
for
that near
her
the end.
knowing. It's complicated.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, it was also kind of annoying because I didn't get a blue ally for the longest freaking time, so I was holding on to that Frog Prince summon I had for so long and I couldn't use it.
Aw.
Yeah, some colors definitely got utilized more than others.
Yeah, the summoning system, you have to have someone who is like prioritizing that element to use it, and you have to be able to get the field to be the same color, which, oh, that's a pain in the ass in some instances.
I mean, I've found out a few ways to do it fairly consistently. Like, I was able to use summons pretty easily in late game. Let me tell you, the Saint summon is frickin' busted.
Well, there's a lot of
Oh, yeah,
overpowered
Saints are
summons
good.
once you get it right. Also,
I know,
fun
but the
fact, you
Saint
can miss
summon
those
in
summons.
Well, I mean, I got all the summons. I'm talking about the summons you get from the dragons.
You can miss them.
You can't.
If you use a summon and kill the dragon, you don't get the summon drop.
Oh, wow.
I don't know why.
Is that-
That's just a thing. I didn't encounter this, but I looked it up and was like, what?
Weird.
I mean, I got all 6, so there's. I try to use summons early if I can help it, you know?
Yeah. I didn't really use the summons in my playthrough. I was aware they were powerful, but I just didn't really feel like using them because Cross wasn't too difficult of a game.
Saints is a heavy damage to all enemies and a full party heal.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, on Sub's comments on the difficulty, yeah, the game overall isn't too hard. There were definitely fights near the end of the game that kicked my ass a bit, though.
Hi, Dario.
Yeah.
High white dragon XP in the final dungeon.
Yeah, that one.
Green Dragon was just completely obnoxious.
Really? I didn't have
Really?
issue with the
Yeah.
Green Dragon.
Look, the Green Dragon it was a debuff spammer. That's all.
He did spam debuffs, but I don't know. He went down without much issue from me.
Yeah, like it was really only the white one that gave me shit in that final dungeon.
The only boss that gave me trouble was Dario because he was a super boss.
I'm not talking about the final dungeon. I'm talking about when you're actually fighting the dragon.
Oh,
I'm
just
talking
the
about Green
normal
Dragon.
dragons, yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I can understand. He is the bad breath guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, the black dragon took me a bit because that was how I learned the hard way. Oh, the dragons actually absorb their elements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was the first one I
did
found, and that was a bad idea.
Yeah. Funny
Second
thing,
one, I went for water first
Hey
because I
guys,
knew what water
funny
was.
thing, I didn't fight the black dragon at all. I went up to it. He just
Oh.
groaned and gave me his artifact, and I was out.
Oh, you didn't do that side quest.
You skipped the
then.
side quest then.
Okay.
Which side
Oh.
quest?
So the pirate side
so-
quest with the mermaid and what was it, Nikki? I always forget the name because there's two.
Nikki.
Yeah. There's a complete
Well,
side
Nikki
quest that
and
you can
Nikki.
technically skip if you just disregard it and leave the pirate ship.
Yeah. So after the whole situation where you know get beat Fargo at his own little gambling game and stuff, they leave it open about Marble, and so when you go back as there as Lynx, I believe, or
No, your links.
well, yeah, but no, it's when you go back after taking care of the big plot dungeon that was leading up to.
Yeah.
You can then go and help them save Marble, and if you do that, the dragon's fully awake.
Yeah.
Mm.
So you don't. You can technically avoid him, but if you do, you also miss out on one pretty good boss fight, and two, the opportunity to get the black plate. There's some really useful things in that game in the form of
Yeah.
you need to steal these things.
Oh, yeah.
Guess he didn't learn about the dragon plates until after he killed all of them.
Oops.
Yeah, I'm not. And it's just kind of annoying to have to steal something in order to get something, you know.
I mean, that's just
And
kind
that's
of
just
RPG
RPG
rule
classic.
for older RPGs.
I mean, it would be better if you didn't have just one shot at stealing, you know.
Well, it's rare equipment. It's
Eh, eh.
not meant to be easy to obtain.
Yeah, Arrow, that's a classic thing for that kind of equipment in older RPGs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Anyways, there was something else I wanted to bring up.
What was it?
And just keep going. I'll think of it.
Okay. But yeah, all 6 of the dragons dropped an elemental plate if you manage to get your thief to steal from them. You can miss, and if you do that, you just run from the fight and try again, because this game has no punishment for running away from battles, and no, potential to fail battles if you run from them either, which is kind of amazing.
Well, correction, there is a punishment I learned the hard way.
What is it?
And that had to do with one of the story fights, the one against why am I spacing on his name?
What's he look like?
Fisherman.
Oh, yeah. Michael, I think it is?
Yeah. So I fucked up my strategy early on. So I was like, okay, I'll run, go back to the heal pod, heal, and then fight him again. He would not let me leave the screen.
No.
Oh god.
Sometimes they won't let you leave the screen, but usually you have a moment of like, okay, recenter, heal the guys up because I got a bunch of spare healing items. Let's try this again. But in the case of him, no.
No.
Okay, and also I remember what I was gonna say.
What was it?
So we're talking about endgame stuff, and that's honestly one problem I did have with the game. It just the story at the end game felt like a really big lore dump, and it kind of lost me after a certain point.
Yes, very much. That game, like cross lore dumps the hell out of you at the last few dungeons.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like the game had a pretty good pace to its story for a while, and then that happened, and it's just like, ugh. It's just like, ugh, shut up. And also, I swear, it felt like the game was going to end 3 different times before it actually did.
It did feel like that.
Yes.
It did feel like that.
Absolutely.
Like the end of the game definitely did overstay its welcome a little bit.
Like, it felt like they wanted to end with the Fate supercomputer, which is the end boss of the really, like, crazy, trippy future ruined city vibe, essentially.
I thought that was the final boss.
And then they're like, no, actually, the dragons were at war with them the whole time, and now they've combined to form a super dragon, and the super duper final boss, it's actually still not the final boss.
By the way, that Time Devourer fight was legitimately genius, and I loved it.
It's a cool idea with the Time Devourer. Even if it's
like
really
weird.
weird.
Really swapping between the dragons' different environments and their colors and different attacks. Like,
Yeah,
that was really cool. Like,
that was a really fun. That was a really fun boss fight.
Like, I got my butt kicked a few times, but it genuinely felt fair.
Yeah. It's one of the most interesting
That
parts.
wasn't the final boss, somehow. And they forced us to fight the Time Devourer again, and that fight was completely lame. Like, I'm sorry, that final boss, that legit final boss was boring.
I mean...
Important question, did you get the good ending?
No.
Oh.
Okay, well, that's a good segue then, because so Arrow, the thing is, that boss is a puzzle.
Yeah. Once you get access to the titular Chrono Cross, because yes, Chrono Cross itself is an item in this game, it came to the Chrono Trigger.
I just didn't know exactly what it did.
I'm saying more for the audience
Arrow,
itself. This is the weird thing about the cross. It responds to environment and what spells were cast in regards to what elements they were and what you did in a certain order. In order to get the good ending against the Time Devourer at the very end of the game, you have to line up your spells in such a way that you perfectly get out a sequence of all 6 colors and then activate Chrono Cross.
To play this.
Do give you they give you hints.
They actually do.
During the dungeon stuff, they mentioned that how the elements make like a song type of thing, and in some of the like key rooms, you'll hear a certain melody in time with these like colored prisms and stuff, and also like that final elevator will have the colors light up in that same order.
Yeah, the room with the 6 crystals, they glow and in the very specific order of what you have to do against the final boss.
I think it kind of flew over my head because I was starting to feel fatigued at that point.
Honestly, that's fair, because this was like the second final dungeon. It's like, why is there so much dungeon?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, also,
But yes.
You finish with that first, Matt.
For partially for Arrow's sake here, if you do get the color sequence off perfectly and everything and activate Chrono Cross, you basically undo the fact that character was fused to the final boss.
Yeah, you separate them from... I'm just gonna go out and say that. We've already said we're gonna do story spoilers. You separate Charla from Lavos, essentially.
Yeah.
And in doing so, you repair the time stream, and you actually set time back to the point directly before Surge first fell into the time rift, and Lena wakes you up on the beach, and that is the end of the game. You restored timelines.
Now I'm kind of upset that I missed it.
Yeah, it's
and
really weird.
Yeah, and then they also do a nice little... I don't know if the other ending also does the end note thing with Kid.
It's a very abrupt ending.
Yeah, it really is. That's another problem. It's just like they do this massive lore dump and then just nothing.
Yeah.
After Lena wakes up and all, then cuts to the book from the opening, by the way, where it's revealed that that's the journal that Kid was writing afterward.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Which, fun fact as well, because since we've mentioned multiple endings at this point, Matt, you know how we were talking before about how we were wondering if there was another developer's ending? Like how in Trigger there was one?
Yeah.
There is one.
Oh?
How early do you have to kill the final boss?
Immediately. start the game, go to the beach, and fight the final boss.
Amazing.
You literally cannot talk to anybody and have to go and kill the final boss. It's hilarious.
Arrow, it's New Game Plus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which, yeah, all endings aside from the first ending of Good and Bad are preserved for New Game Plus. They're all based on, like, do this before a certain story breaks path. And there's some crazy ones out there. Like, I believe if a certain one activates, like, just before you get Surge and Lynx to interact with each other in the Fort Draconia, Kid takes over the continent with the Arcadian Empire.
That's
It's like, what?
weird.
To be fair, Trigger also had an ending where the dinosaur people took over the world. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, so for those curious how you do the final boss early in Cross, if you're not as familiar with it, or Trigger, because they're kind of the same deal. Back in Trigger, it was interact with the bucket, fight Lavos. Easy enough. Or, for the super early ending, interact with the other teleporter. In this one, you just get the key item that lets you access the final boss arena from the start.
yeah. Oh, and one other interesting thing. Everyone here has played Trigger, right?
I mean, I haven't.
Oh,
I
interesting.
played the DS version, but I first saw all the endings via Emil's Let's Play.
Okay, so, Lewis, are you aware of the story of Chrono Trigger, or are you just, like, vaguely aware of the game?
Vaguely?
Okay. Cause...
Okay, this was an experience for you then.
Yeah.
Yes.
This must have gotten
Yeah.
super confusing after a certain point.
Yes.
Because...
Because people going into Cross might think it's like a pseudo sequel and that it's its own thing, but with the same kind of themes. And
That's
stuff.
what I thought
No,
it was.
It's a straight up sequel.
That's what I thought it was. I didn't realize this was technically a direct sequel, because the game does not tell you that, clearly. It implies
That's
stuff
part
with
of the
things...
plot twist.
It implies stuff to you with things like kids saying she knew Luca from Trigger, but you don't really get full context and wonder, oh, is that just like a little cameo and such? No, that's a plot point. It comes up. It's important.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. And one detail I actually did not catch the first time I played the game. Did you notice when Fate, the supercomputer, was arguing with a certain program inside of it? Did you pay attention to what that name was?
Robo.
It was, because it was the name Prometheus, which is Robo's real name from Trigger. Oh god.
Yeah, then I decided to just kill him off just like that.
Yeah.
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 I mean, the timeline's divergence also implies that Chrono, Marley, and Luca died. And, fun fact, Guile may or may not be, Magus, but that's a story for another day. We're not ready for that talk.
Yeah.
On that note, yeah, when I was like looking at trivia as I tend to do after I beat a game, yeah, go figure. That the way the game treats the legacy characters is one of the sticking points fans have.
Exceptionally, because this is a game that basically says the future refused to change. That is what the game tells you, essentially. Until you repair the time stream.
Yeah, but basically all the time travel shenanigans to stop Lavos kind of fucked up the timeline even more in the long run.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Ooh, yeah.
Which, I get the idea behind it, but at the same time, you did that to Trigger, of all games. You're not gonna make a lot of people happy with that. And the only character of the main 7 that isn't referenced directly is Frog. Like, even Ayla gets an homage if you understand who Leia is.
I mean, technically Frog does get a kind of reference, Glenn.
Yeah, but it's not as, like, blunt about it as Leia is. Like, that one is very clear of who that is supposed to be.
Well, the thing with Glenn, though, is, and I learned this one looking up trivia, because I did not end up recruiting Glenn in my run, Glenn has a dual tech with Surge, which is cross slash.
Of course it is. God damn it.
And that actually brings up something else I want to talk about. I like how there is a ton of characters, but at the same time, it feels like you rarely get to use like at least half of them.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
some of them are obtuse in terms of how you recruit, but some of them can only be recruited through certain story actions. So you will miss a few of them your first time playing.
And the fact that you can only have 2 other party members on you in a battle alongside Surge is kind of limiting. It would have been nice if you could tag party members freely in and out, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, it doesn't help that Cross has a really big roster for playable characters. It's got 45 playable characters, and not all of them are good. Some of them suck.
And it also doesn't help that unless you're constantly buying elements, you're going to be doing a lot of shifting around to try and keep your main fighters, you know, actually fighting.
Yeah. Though it is appreciated that experience carries for the entire group and not just the ones who are fighting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So the growth level
And
system is
course,
great.
yes.
Yeah, because if it just applied to who was doing battles got stronger instead of the whole group, this would be a lot more of a pain to do if you needed certain elements.
So yeah,
Well, I kind of wish that allies that fell got something too. You know.
Yeah, but that's just a consequence of older RPGs is that if they die, you
Yeah,
suffer.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. On the note of party members, yeah, for most of the Final Dungeon, I tried to go with my OG3 of Surge, Kid, and Nikki. I ended up switching out Nikki for oh god, what was his name? The like science experiment guy who likes to fight.
Shoot, I know who you're talking about. Fuck. Pharos? No, it might have been Pharos.
It's the guy that
Grovik,
talks in like
Grovik.
all caps with.
Rubik, yeah.
Yeah, Grovik.
Yeah, him. Yeah, I ended up switching out for him for like one of the final dragon XPs in that Final Dungeon just because I needed that element weakness. but yeah, so it was those three that ended up being my final boss party, which was a pretty interesting setup for that one.
Fair. Actually, that's a good question. What was everyone's final boss composition? Like, who were party members you used a lot?
I had Surge, the little girl who, Mary, I think her name was, and the guy who uses Dragon Rider,
Karsh?
Karsh, thank you.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
So you went for the Dragoon party, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. Also, no, Karsh, that's not a JoJo reference, I swear.
No, it's Cars, not for JoJo, not Karsh.
Yeah. Admittedly, I kind of jumped
It's
around a
really
lot.
Similar to me.
I kind of jumped around a lot with party members because I wasn't sure who to go with. Because there were so many wacky ones, and I'm like, I gotta at least try these guys. Like, you know, the alien, who is canon and necessary to the party for the story. What?
Yeah, I still.
Yeah, that caught me off guard.
I got the alien pretty handily, so.
I got him early, so I was like, wait, what? Is this guy optional? No, he's
Well, no,
mandatory.
So, yeah, because here's for me it was all right. Counting on the dragons. Let's head to the okay. I believe I got all the dragons. Let's go ahead to finally take care of the wind dragon, which is the white one for some reason. He's not there. That's an alien. Why is there an alien here? Cut to later in the story where I'm just going through and getting everyone's level 7 text that I can get, because why not? I was like, wait, what do you mean this access was the alien mandatory?
Yes.
Apparently
Somehow.
yes.
I didn't think he was because I got him a lot earlier than having to find that ship, but no, he's required for story progression.
Yeah.
I stumbled upon him being required for plot while I was getting his level 7 tech because they have the same trigger.
Yes. Yes, they do.
And it's not a chrono trigger.
No, that's Surge.
Correct.
But anyway, yeah, I found the alien pretty handily because, well, I found the Sky Dragon Roost. I was told I needed to find something in the El Nido rock formation. I went there and boom, I found the star fragment.
I think that was exactly what happened to me because I heard some villagers
I mean-
talking about it. And I'm like, there's actually a glowing light on this version of the world. Oh, there is something. Ooh, what is down here? Oh god, there's a lot of stuff.
There is stuff, lots of stuff.
So you were saying, Alex, what did you
Yeah.
say about your party composition?
Oh yeah. In experiments around the end of having a do. Aside from Surge, who is mandatory,
Yeah.
and I mostly have a do raggy with me and also switched around most Norris and Karsh and the pirate guy.
Oh, yeah, Fargo.
And
Fargo. Yeah.
Oh, Fargo, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, legitimately, Karsh was just carried me a lot of the time. You
I-
know.
I tried Karsh to use him for a bit. I didn't really jive with him, but Fargo was great. He was my go-to thief before you get Kid back as part of the story.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he's just actually useful because he hits like a truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One party member that I got more use out of than I expect, honestly, was the chef guy. Like, because I mean, his level 3 being a heal is really nice, and also he just ended up being pretty damn useful in general.
I did use him for a while, actually. Yeah.
I wanted to use him, but by then I had the dragon, and I'm like, I just want to use the dragon. Dragon's cool.
Yeah, and
Dragons are
Reggie is
cool.
one of the best characters.
I never
Like,
got
it is
Draggy.
fun.
I never got
It's
Draggy.
It's a very obtuse way to find him, because you would not think, oh, go to Fort Draconia in the second visit, go down, and put the egg that I found in the fucking ruins near the start of the game in an incubator, and it'll just hatch and you get a party member.
So yeah.
Yeah,
anyways,
that's.
yeah.
I don't think I even found the egg.
Anyways, yeah,
Well,
It's only in like the
If I decide
fossil
to-
ruins area.
If I decide to revisit Chrono Cross, it definitely will be with a guide.
Understandable. Like, I was thinking about it during the first parts of this, and I was like, maybe I should have a guide on standby. This game seems a little bit obtuse, and yeah, it was worth it to have as just a note for reference, because there was so
Yeah,
much
like,
shit
and
that was
more than
either
a little-
easily
yeah,
avoided.
more than a little bit obtuse, dude.
Yeah, there was either some parts that were very cryptic and would not make sense, or here's how to actually get these party members you're probably not going to find otherwise. Because there's a lot of just optional party members or weird shit you wouldn't think to do. And weirdly enough, because of how the game functions, the achievements for this game are really silly, because some of them are story-based. One of them was successfully run away from a battle.
Yeah, that got a laugh out of me.
I'm just like, wait, really? Why?
But yeah, on the note of obtuseness, one moment that really should not have tripped me up as much as it did was all right, so you need to go and get to the water dragon isle in the realm where you don't have a boat.
Yeah.
Okay, how the fuck do I do that? I can't seem to leave the area around my hometown. Me completely forgetting about the fisherman on the pier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just pay him some money.
Don't worry.
Excuse me, can I have your boat? I promise I'll give it back to you. Thank you.
Which, on that note, I am glad once you have a boat in both worlds, each world's boat is a different design. Really helps you keep track of where the fuck you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will say that there were times where I was just stumbling around because it wasn't exactly great with telling you where you needed to go. Like Gaia's Naval especially was bad about that.
Gaia's Naval, I only really recalled because, one, you specifically posted in the chat being like, hey, watch out for this area specifically. And two, I recalled getting the flute for it.
I was saving you guys a headache.
And two, I also recalled visiting the swamps and they were like, hey, you might benefit from using this thing. This might be helpful to you. And I'm like, okay, what would I use this for? And turns out that. It's getting to there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Though admittedly the fire dragon did throw me for a loop of just, oh, he's just a little dude with a oh god, he's a bigger than god, oh god!
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, what did you think was gonna happen?
I thought it was gonna be a boss fight with a dragon. I did not think he was going to go Super Saiyan. He was very angry.
I did enjoy the quest for the dragons overall though. Like it felt very gratifying.
It was a nice like way to tie into more fantasy elements because I don't know, part of Cross felt just kind of mundane in terms of its exploration. Not like the game is like grounded or anything, but just I don't know, going from place to place didn't stick out as much. The dragons added a bit more like mysticism to it.
Yeah, the game was very down to earth for a while. I get what you mean.
And then the Fallen City comes in, it's like, oh god, what is happening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how the Lords Up issue we all have with the game.
Yeah.
What on the other dragons, I love how every dragon's design is different.
That is something I
That's really
have to
cool.
give praise for. We mentioned this in part 1. Creature design for this game is awesome. Like, I'm so glad that they've got a
so
lot of
good.
work put into the art direction for this game. Like, visually, one of the better looking PS1 games, and really standout designs for both characters and monsters.
And the FFBs still look really good even today.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
and I didn't realize
do
it at the time, of the original Project Dream that developed Chrono Trigger, there's exactly one person from that on the dev team for Cross. He's the guy who directed, I believe. Which I guess makes sense because there was a lot of hands to make Trigger, and it's interesting to see what happens when just one of them is told, hey, can you do another one?
But by the way, I do find it funny how once you like going back to plot stuff a bit, I do find it funny how once you get your body back, back to its normal looking form for you because of the way you get it back, but you know. I love how once you're back to being Surge, I was expecting you have to go and talk to all the party members again. No, they're just back in your party menu.
They're just
I
like,
know
oh, there
that.
he is. They just show up. Honestly, I'll take that because one thing you can do while you're in Lynx's body, you can find just about everybody and talk to them, and they'll be like, you're not Surge, what are you talking about? Because they'll recognize the name, but they're like, that can't be right, you're not him.
Yeah, like me going to Korcha's place and going, hey Korcha, it's me, please. You're not Triforce. Triforce is a human.
I do find it very funny though. One of the joke party members of Skelly, he'll actually recognize you and be like, oh, I'd love to join you. I got wrecked in the fight. I really can't, sorry.
Which, on the note of party members, because you mentioned some are not that great. Yeah, Gots or Goats, the wrestler guy, the wrestling-looking guy who
Greco?
runs the funerals. Yeah, Greco.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get Greco pretty early on. It's like, oh, he should be a good brute force character. Gets practically one-shot by an optional fight I run into that gets me another party member. Oh no, your magic defense is shit.
Yeah, assume any, like, fantastical creature, aside from Draggy and the alien, suck. They're really bad.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Like to my surprise,
I got good use out of Rasley.
Rasley, like, they can be useful, but a lot of them are like, huh. Well then.
Well, and yeah.
I find it funny.
In a game dominated by a magic system and its combat, a guy with basically no magic defense was very unfortunately not useful.
Yeah, and weirdly enough, in the case of Guile, he's got some powerful spells, but he has one of the smallest trees, so you don't get to put much on him. So you just kind of have to let him deal with the fact that he's got little, unless you're that other guy, the goblin who has to transform into things instead.
Yeah.
I love the Blue Mage. She was fun to use.
She's interesting because she's how you actually do the side quest to get the rabbit girl, but you might not even realize that when you're playing the first time.
Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of optional party members, once again, what the fuck, game? Why are you telling us we only get one shot to recruit Lena and we have to say no to Kid repeatedly? What a dick.
Yeah.
Still bullshit.
Lena is a character that a first-time player will not get.
If you don't know about that trick going in, you're going to miss her.
Which is unfortunate.
Because most people playing Chrono Cross will likely assume it's a "but thou must" situation.
It's even funnier because there's other characters like Doc who you could recruit by letting Kid die.
That is wrong.
It's fucked up, but it's like, oh, you mean to tell me I could literally kill off the deuteragonist of the game? What the fuck?
Yeah.
It's honestly funny how little Kid is in your party with how much the story tries to ship her and Surge.
It's kind of weird because I don't know if we're not gonna like make Radical Dreamers a focus of this. Did anyone else actually like poke around with that little game?
I was going to, and then other games I was excited for came out right when I beat Cross.
Fair.
Uh,
I'm gonna take that as no one else did.
No.
I do plan to read it.
Okay.
We'll read it. I know that it was originally released on the best that is Pantera, but I Television for Super Famicom.
Yes, actually. So I played a little bit of it just to see how it was. It is essentially a different take on the story because Cross was, in the words of the director, wanting to do a full version of Radical Dreamers. It's not just a read-through. You have actions that you can take in the game. I don't know how much they influence things directly, but you have, like, points where you have to make a decision. So it's kind of weird, but for the most part, Kid and Surge's personalities are pretty intact. There's a couple different things changed around, but I have not gotten far enough in that to really figure that part out yet. It's a strange little game, but it's an interesting exploration into one of the more forgotten games from that era. Because most people don't even know Radical Dreamers exists or what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I know a lot of people first heard of it via that announcement in the Nintendo Direct. But yeah, one last thing I do want to just mention, going back to the like trigger connection stuff, is apparently some of the stuff that was added in some of the Chrono Trigger re-releases was added specifically to try to connect to Cross more.
Yes, like there's apparently an extra point in one of the endings where they more or less give the indication that Magus forgets his memories and becomes Guile in Cross, which is a choice. I don't know how much I like it, but it's a choice.
Yeah, and also kind of revealed how it became a military superpower.
Oh yeah, that did happen.
It is what it is.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Another thing that's a little weird missed opportunity with the story in general is like that last line Michael says after you've beaten him, where he's like, I'm sorry, Lena, or something like that. And the thing is, you can't have Lena in your party at that point in the story because you're Lynx.
Yeah, so she'll literally never see that, and you can't tell her because you're a silent protagonist. It says so in game.
Yeah. Cross definitely has a lot of odd things about it. Like I remember when Lynx took over your body, and it's just your party members remark on why you're talking so much.
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute, that can't be right. You can't talk.
It's like when Dupless took over Mario, and they remarked that Mario's a lot more chatty than he usually is.
But by the way, I do love how how in that point in the story, Kid like immediately knows something's off because Lynx in your body says a name that you do not know.
Yeah. It's like, wait a minute.
So yeah, overall, I think Cross is very interesting. It has stumbling points for sure, but I would definitely want to play it again, you know?
I think it is worth exploring. It's not on the same level as Trigger, but it's not a bad game. It's just got some choices that bog down the experience, and it really does plot dump. Like this, oddly enough, since Square Enix has kind of been in a craze with remaking some of the games, I would actually like to see Cross get remade. Not Trigger specifically, but if you could do both, that'd be great.
It'd be pretty cool, honestly.
Well, I've heard that today actually they consider doing a remake of Trigger.
There was like a discussion about that where they were doing a panel, but apparently that was a translator making a joke and not straight from the dev's mouth.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Which it would be nice to see, especially since they have a great template to use for remaking old sprite-based games. I don't know how that would apply to Cross though, but I would love to see them try. This is a game I think with a lot of potential that just fumbles in a few spots that it could be really good if you just fix up those spots.
Also, one nice thing with a potential duology remake thing would be like helping smooth over the connections a bit more, possibly.
Or maybe just iron out some of the less useful party members, or make them just better if they're going to stay around.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like as funny as Fungi is, he's not useful. He's just funny to have as a party member. It's kind of sad though when you look too closely at him. It's like, oh, this is a guy I literally cursed to be a mushroom, and the only reason he joined my party is so he can get revenge. Huh.
Yeah.
It's a really fucked up existence.
Oh, by the way, what on the note, going back to text real quick, rip anyone who wanted to get kids level 7 tech but never played Trigger.
Oh yeah, it's oh no. If you don't know the reference, you are in trouble. Hi, Lewis.
Yeah, I didn't bother it. The only texts I actually ended up getting were Cars's, and I got Cars's by accident, and Mary got hers just by playing the game, and then Serge also got his by playing the game.
Some are from star count, but most level 7 techs are basically side quest collectibles.
Yeah.
And kids in particular is interesting because you go to get her out of that like unconscious state near the end of the game. You go and you end up in Luca's orphanage and stuff. And there's a machine you can interact with in there. I knew this from looking up a guide because from just wanting to go, okay, I want to get all the level 7 techs I can. How do I get them type deal. So in the original PlayStation 1 version, you interact with the machine, it would make a sound. You would have to push left trigger, triangle, right trigger, triangle, each time it making a sound to get the tech. They make it a text box choice thing in the remakes to make it easier for you.
Yeah.
But this is a reference to how you basically get Luca's good ending in Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, and it's I'm not gonna specify what goes on in Trigger with that specifically because that is a really important plot point. But man, the fact they just threw that in is like, oh no.
Ooh.
All I'll say is for those curious, in Trigger, just switch out triangle for the A button because it was Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and to cap off the Chrono Trigger connections, if you beat the game with Leia and get the good ending, she is basically confirmed she's Ayla's mom as a child. Which is a choice. I don't understand how that makes sense.
Weird.
Like, this game gets really fucking confusing when you think about how the hell does that work in regards to the timeline? That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. Don't worry about it. It's just cool. Like, this is the definition of don't worry about it too much, otherwise it's not gonna make any goddamn sense. Just enjoy the set pieces. Enjoy Chronopolis as a really cool dystopian future tech. Don't enjoy it for the plot part. It gets really weird.
Yeah.
Because, oh boy, did that place get confusing.
I think that's it. Does anyone else have anything else?
Anyone else have any last-minute comments they want to give?
Not really.
Soundtrack was good. I do wish the sections that would play the battle music in the overworld did that a little less, but good soundtrack.
Yeah,
Yeah, very good
I enjoyed the music for the most part. There were some good spots. I like the visual design of a lot of the backgrounds, and the underwater area was one of my favorites, aside from the expressionist painting area from when we were tripping out.
Also on the note of the music, I know Arrow missed out on this, but God, that whole cutscene regarding the Marbles side quest is so good.
Yeah, it's really good. I'm glad that I signed up for it.
Oh yeah.
The fact that Chrono Cross basically has its own Final Fantasy VI opera scene is, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. If we are settled on our discussion of the game itself, I think that means there's only one thing left to do, everybody, and that is figure out who gets to pick next.
Oh boy.
Should we spin the wheel?
I'm already way ahead of you on that one. So, MGM said we could take him off the wheel for this because he isn't here to do this, and I think that's fair. So, this is just the three of you. I actually don't have a visual of this up on my end, so I'll probably just, get a screenshot of this or something for when the time comes.
Yeah.
Otherwise, let's give this a whirl. And, good luck, everybody else. Boop.
Speed.
Spin!
Spin.
Looks like we got a winner.
Who's the winner?
The winner is... Triforce.
Oh.
All right.
Congrats.
So of the two choices I remember putting on the dock for if I got the first spin, yeah, so I think I'm going to go for the game of those two I've yet to beat. I can save the one I want other people to play for later. So I think next up shall be Astral Chain.
Ooh, that's a good
I've been
choice.
meaning to revisit that
Astral
one.
Chain. Oh.
This will be interesting, because I know some of us have finished this one already, but that'll be interesting to talk
I
about.
have. I've been meaning to go back to it.
Wonderful.
I have never played it.
Ooh.
You're in
For
for
me, it
a
was,
treat, my friend.
yeah, for me, it was I got a few missions in, and then other games happened. So this will be a great incentive.
This seems to happen a lot with you, I've noticed, but fair enough.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Fair.
it does.
Fair enough. But yep, this has been the first episode of the Backlog Podcast. If you guys have any comments, suggestions, or curiosities about how this works or anything, leave them in the comments. We're still figuring out how this thing works, but we will see you guys next time for Astral Chain. Till next time, see you guys then.
I.
Bye.
That is-